Here we are again, ladies and gentlemen, ready for the second round. We are having a little bit of trouble with starting the game at the moment, but should be good to go in a bit. LawLiet versus Fortitude, our next match here coming up. A pretty good one, if you ask me. And the question was, which race was Fortitude going to play? He's also been playing a lot of Night Elf recently and has looked quite good with that. But here now he is going human, back to his old roots. With the winner moving on in the upper bracket, into the upper bracket final, where Kaho is already waiting. We're going to have 5 matches in total today, with 3 in the upper bracket, 2 in the lower bracket. And we have a lot of people here in the lobby, which worries me a bit. Alright, second try. Seems like the Warcraft Champion servers are a little less stable these last couple of days. But this attempt worked out. Fortitude versus LawLiet. Our second game of the day starting now. The two have faced many times over the years. Were always some of the top players, competitors of their respective race. LawLiet has reached the very highest echelons of Warcraft competition, is always a big threat to anybody, every day. At Raraland, LawLiet was the grand final opponent of Happy, not quite able to best the Russian. But here today, he's going into this match as the favorite. That's for sure. Oh. Wait a minute. The overlay is bugged, apparently. Okay. I'm gonna try to restart it. Alright. Overlay is bugged right now, guys. Sorry about that. I'm trying to restart it. Should be fixed soon. So, we have a Keeper of the Grove first. No surprise here. This is still the most common choice against human. Sometimes a Beastmaster can also be seen, or maybe even a Warden. But on this map, Keeper seems to be by far the best. This map has no mer camps, which helps out the Warden a lot. It has not very easy creeping in general. So other heroes beside the Keeper not so good normally. Usually the big question here is, how easily can the human fast expand? Because that is still almost always the go-to. And 40 is going for the lab creep. This has been more and more popular recently. Okay. I tried to restart it. It didn't work yet. For the first map, unfortunately, perhaps the overlay isn't gonna work. Keeper getting level 2 right away. 2 very good items. I think the cloak is actually amazing for the Keeper, especially on this map. Whoa! And Fortitude is not gonna expand. He's gonna play 1 base. Wow. I have not seen that in quite some time. Tech starts. Fortitude a little bit behind, but his tier 2 also should be started here in a moment. And the Keeper with the cloak can always easily heal at the fountain. This is going to be always, yeah, quite helpful for this Keeper. As the Archmage wants to keep on creeping, get closer to level 3. But now it's nighttime. And there's no dust on the AM yet. Keeper... picks up a circlet, uses the cloak, hiding in the shadows. Footies so far have been protected pretty well. None of them have been lost too easily to entangle.
A player's forces are under
Fortitude's
attack.
tech, how much is it behind? Not that much, maybe 20 seconds. Fortitude pauses the game. Yeah, I'm trying to fix the overlay, guys, but it's not working at the moment. No kills found just yet, but the AM may change that. Entangle used. Falls back. Is he going for defend?
A player's forces are under attack.
If 40 had defend here, this could be pretty scary. But so far, LawLiet defending this little threat quite well. Alright, first blood. Finally. Oh, well, not really. And defend is ready. And this is where things for the archers get a little more complicated. Keeper would have loved to be level 3 by now to pick off these footies easy, but was not allowed to do that.
A player's forces are under
Thank you, by the way, Gold Azel with a 51-month resub. Slate's Kingdom with the 4 months, and PX Zep with a 23. Thank you, thank you. Apologies again for the overlay. I keep trying to fix it, but I think I have to close the game first. So after this map, it's hopefully gonna work. And a second for LawLiet. Going lowers, looking pretty standard. What's 40 gonna do? He used to play quite a bit of tower pushes in the past. He did go for the lumber mill. He's going for the lumber upgrade. Doesn't really feel like he needs that upgrade. But fair enough. MK second, double sanctum. Great scout by LawLiet. Sees exactly what's going on.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh. Entangle. Surround. It's going to force a TP nice and easy. Perfect timing for LawLiet. He's not going for clarities here, which is kind of weird. Also, this Moonwell is full. Not making use right now of the Moon Juice regen.
A player's forces are under attack.
LawLiet was playing this early game pretty cautiously. Didn't want to get overrun by defense footies, and I think he did it pretty well. Picked up the panda, he's going tier 3, bears are coming. And dealing with bears as only one base human is really tough. I wonder what the plan here is going to be. It may have to be the MK to save the day. If the MK gets level 3 or 4, he's going to be very strong, but he still has a ways to go. We're creeping by LawLiet. Taking this camp away, getting closer to his own level 3 on the Panda. And that level 3 Panda is going to be really good, especially against these footies. Militia called. LawLiet Scout just completely on point, always sees everything that's going on. We could solo creep the Panda here maybe for level 3. Oh yeah, Staff's home the keeper. You can buy the orb. Oh, it's kind of forgetting about it. LawLiet going for his own expansion, so is willing to take this into a 2-base territory. Oh, and this 1 footy is going to be just enough for the level 3. Big level up here for the Panda. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Huge damage right away against these footies. And even saves the Archer with the staff. Wait, still no bears. He's going mass dryads. Well, I guess there's no riflemen, so dryads could work out quite well. Going for Nature's Blessing as well, and just more dryads. Interesting. That means LawLiet may not actually want to take a straight up fight, but rather go for hit and run. Attack the main, attack the expo. Over and over. One Archer finally goes down. I think that was the first loss for LawLiet. One more breath, a bit more damage, but the priests are doing a good job healing in the meantime.
Forces are under attack.
Now we finally have the master training. More wisps being made. The expansion soon to be finished. Oh, he used reveal to scout for an expansion. I'm not sure if he saw the tree with that. Might not have been in range.
Players' forces are under attack.
Alright, Fortitude's Expo standing. Definitely not normal to see this tier 2 expansion play, but we see it here now. And finally LawLiet getting his own tree into position, creeping 2 camps at the same time. Gonna get plenty of experience here. Orb on the Panda is a bit weird. You may want to give that over. Archmage got level 4 in the meantime. MK now almost level 3, and he found the Zoe mask. Excellent.
Players' forces are under attack.
This Ancient of War is just barely going to be enough for the level 3 MK. LawLiet coming in from 2 sides. Dryads on the left, heroes on the right. Staff out though on the Panda. I think Mountain Giants could also be really good here, right? Against tier 2 human, normally always quite strong. But no, it's bears instead. We have the first 2 bears. Finally. Oh, and the expansion isn't mining yet for LawLiet. That's a bit scary. Oh, keeper dropping really low. Has to TP to save the keeper. And Fortitude seems to be in a great position here. The Dryads now joining in finally. Oof. Keeper just barely survived there with the heal potion, I believe it was. Another Dryad flank is coming in from the back. That's pretty scary. Going for the casters right away. We don't have too many rifles here for the piercing damage. But one bear has already fallen. Only a single bear left. Still no mining at the expansion. LawLiet forgetting about this detail. But LawLiet is finding a few kills here. He's got the orb on the keeper. That's of course lots of damage. But also plenty of Dryads died in the meantime. The Panda still, the MK still has a good amount of mana. With the fire, looking for more kills. Stormbolt, staff. And finally mining starts. Oh, but that is so late. In the meantime, Fortitude has already mined 2,000 gold. Got a shredder now as well. But LawLiet is looking for more kills. In the retreat, the cast is of course pretty slow. Gonna pick off 2 targets. He gets the rifle. Gets the sorceress. Gonna get another rifle as well. Looked very scary here for LawLiet just a moment ago. But all of a sudden he got quite a few kills. Keeper level 4, Panda level 4. If the Panda makes it to level 5, this is gonna be very scary. But 40 is going tier 3 in the meantime. LawLiet should have seen this. Yeah, he's got Ultra Vision. He definitely saw. LawLiet at 50 supply. Oh! Catches the Archmage. Oh no! Archmage just in no man's land. Didn't have a TP. Oh no. Huge mistake by 40. Oh, not respecting the danger of Keeper and Dryads. Oh, that's a huge kill. Oh man, that hurts. That's very expensive. So much experience as well for LawLiet. And now is able to attack the peasant at the expansion quite easily. He's got the double heal scroll. Stole them away from the human. Also a big deal. One more breath on the Panda in a second. Well, what if he gets mana drained? That's a lot of losses here, potentially. Stormbolt on the Keeper. But it's only level 1 Stormbolt, I think. Should be level 2. Clap! Woof! Keeper in trouble now. Gonna have to TP out soon. Use the staff as well. And there was a lot of kills for LawLiet. Very good attack. We've got tons of casters. In fact, there's no priests left at all. No priests left anymore. For 40. Going for knights now and mortar teams, but he needs more casters. Master training on the way. LawLiet has the Ancient of Wind already. Going for more upgrades. Dryad soon going to be on 1-1. Same for the Breakers. Very nice movement with the Dryads. He knows that they can't really get threatened too easily. There's no mortar teams, there's no riflemen. These Dryads take hardly any damage. Oh, and the Pally gets caught off to the side. Does he have something to save the Paladin? Not really, right? No staff? Nothing. Pally falls. Paladin falls. And LawLiet is playing this really well. He's kind of outplaying Fortitude in almost every regard here, as far as movement goes, the way he's pressuring. Dryad's also finding kills on the other side. A lot of bears ready in the main base to throw out some rejuves. And all of a sudden LawLiet is up at 70 supply. Fortitude at 60, not in the worst position, but 40 had a lead this game. That lead has evaporated, I would say. But still, it can be a very strong, scary tier 3 army here that Fortitude can build. Frag shards coming. He's got the inner fire already. He stopped making rifles. I think that's a mistake. How is he going to deal with fairy dragons, I wonder? Because fairies should be coming. Scouting with a flying machine. Well, I guess that's the answer, right? Just flying machines. However, against the panda, that can also be a bit tough at times. But now we see the effect of frag shards. Super strong against the dryads. Now we got inner fire as well. And off we go. Water elementals being dispelled. Keeper now level 5. He's going for Entangle 3. Yes, he is. MK gets to the front line. MK with clap and inner fire. Very strong. He even has roar. Look at this MK. He's got so many buffs. Another clap. Working out very well. But that's level 5. That's a big level up for the panda. Now we get level 3 Breath of Fire. LawLiet finds a few kills. Takes some damage. Falls back. Of course, he can make use of the fountains. Use the double staff as well. Very good game by LawLiet. Playing this super well. Makes Breath of Fire and more kills. Okay, taking a lot of damage. There's not enough priests, apparently, to dispel against everything. Fortitude stays alive, but he took quite some damage here. And there's no shop. Feels like he definitely should have made a shop by now at the expansion. Region Scrolls Clarities would help tremendously.
A player's forces are under attack.
And LawLiet is simply healing at the fountain. I'm not even sure if LawLiet lost anything here. He saved those 2 bears with the staff. Panda makes it to the shop. Clarity, mana potion, moonwells. Just a very, very strong game here by LawLiet. When the Wisps weren't mining at the expansion, that really cost him that little oversight, but other than that, excellent game. Thank you, by the way, Naratic and DJ Spidero with the resubs. Much appreciated. Double heal scroll as well for LawLiet. This might be the knockout punch. Entangle almost surrounding this MK, which can be a bit scary against Clap. This looks like a good position for Fortitude, if you ask me. The Clap is doing wonders against these bears. And with the Drunken Ace Breath of Fire, does some decent damage. Big heal scroll there as well by LawLiet. And it seems to me like Fortitude is holding this attack pretty easily. Wow, even denied the Shredder. What the hell? And 1 bear is going to go down. The double staffs were already used. And now Fortitude has some staffs of his own. Only 1 so far, but might be more later. The priests are always out of mana. They have to keep healing. They can never build up much of a mana pool. So especially Inner Fire, hard to be used properly. And even Dispel. Oh, 2 knights over here, safe to the side. Nicely done. Feels like LawLiet should have gone for a 3rd base, maybe. Got 80 supply. Oh, well, then again, main base expires. I guess he could just walk over the Tree of Eternity as well if he wants. 2 more Moonwells. LawLiet perhaps getting ready for 100 supply. And now he's going for the tree. This feels a bit late to me. Fucking Haze Breath of Fire. Peasants taking a lot of damage. 2 gonna go down right away, but the fairies might be in trouble as well. Oh, catches the knight with the entangle. That one is possibly gonna go down. Panda steps back in, but he doesn't have full mana. By a long shot. Oh, Dragon Ace Breath of Fire though. Big damage. The strength of level 5 Panda. We see it here again. 1 knight goes down. 2 knights go down. Possibly even more. That knight also denied, I think, because of Frag Shard's AoE. 2-2 upgrades on the bears here. Really strong. The knights and breakers only on 1-1. Seems like perhaps Fortitude's running out of steam here. Can't afford to lose the MK. He cannot afford to lose this Mountain King. There's a bit more healing still left. Yeah, not having made a shop here, I think, is the big mistake. I feel like over here, there should have been a shop made a long time ago. Quite the long game here on our first map. And LawLiet seems to be getting further and further ahead. Keeper getting also very close to level 6. And of course, Tranquility is incredibly strong. Moonwells are filling up during nighttime. LawLiet doesn't even have to use too many Moonwell juice. Too much Moonwell juice, because he's got that fountain that he can always fall back to. Very strong in a attacking position like this, like we see here. And dude, I don't know if 40 ever got a heal scroll this whole game. LawLiet always doing this very well, sealing those heal scrolls away, and able to find pickoffs time and time again. And now she's going to commit for the Town Hall. With the Bears, with Roar, perhaps he has enough damage. Yeah, with Breath of Fire he certainly does. And that is the win condition. Takes out the expansion, no mining for Fortitude anymore, and now this must be checkmate. LawLiet still mining at his own expansion. Gonna be mining in the middle. Beautiful game by LawLiet. Very, very well played. Fortitude has one last chance. 67 supply. He has to win the fight right now. But LawLiet is at 80. With the more team damage, this tree might go down pretty fast. Try guys with the fire though again. So much damage. Dryads running into the back. They're charging into the back line. Running right on top of the mortar teams. Again, very nicely done by LawLiet. Knows exactly how he has to take these fights. Dodging against the mortar team shots as best he can. And the Bears in the front line hacking away. 2-3 upgrades on the Bears, man. So damn strong. And now we got level 6. Tranquility is ready. But LawLiet doesn't even need it. Uses it on the high ground where he can't be storm bolted. Very, very nicely done. GG is called. And that is the lead for LawLiet 1-0. Alright, I'm restarting the thing again, so hopefully this time our overlay is gonna work. Sorry about that. I know it's a little frustrating. Not just for you, also for me when it doesn't work. Sometimes it bugs, unfortunately. Alright, I hope it's fixed now. We'll see on map 2 if it's gonna work. Map 2 is gonna be Twisted Meadows. The old classic is finding its way back into the competitive circuit again, and I could not be more overjoyed. Twisted, a very unique map, very cool map. The biggest, most macro map we have. And let's see what we get there. Oh, wait. Let me update the score. LawLiet leads 1-0. So far, the favorites have been prevailing today. Kaho earlier defeated Zini. And here also LawLiet has the 1-0 lead. Oh, and there we go. The overlay is working again. Wonderful, wonderful. Bottom right, we have Fortitude. Top left, we got LawLiet. And I got a feeling that this might be a Warden first. Way back in the day, when we still had lots of Twisted being played, Twisted was considered to be a very good Warden map. With the Ancients of War in the middle of the map, you can normally eat through the trees, creep plenty, and go for mercenaries as well with a spawn like this, and it is the Warden indeed. LawLiet, the master of the Warden, obviously, is going to be facing an MK first. On the new, updated version of Twisted Meadows, it's always cross-spawn, like we see here. Quite a number of adjustments were made to Twisted Meadows to make it a better map compared to the old Twisted Meadows. Like I said, firstly, it is always cross-spawn, so you always know where your opponent spawns, which is a very good change. Without that knowledge, it was just a bit random. Oh! And look at that, the militia caused the Wisp to actually die here when pulling the camp. Perfectly timed by Fortitude, but also cost him the peasant, so it's a bit painful at the same time. Alright, as far as changes go, this camp here has also been changed. This camp was weakened. The green camp over here was strengthened, and the position changed a bit. So, one of the big problems of Twisted Meadows was there was never really a valuable, safe camp to creep available. Nowadays, that is different, because this camp, this green camp here, was strengthened a bit, so it also gives more experience, a better item, and it's safer to creep than compared to the old null camp. And yeah, in exchange, this null camp was weakened. Easier camp, weaker item. And also the expansion is a little bit easier to creep. And that's most of the changes. Slight terrain changes, like we can see here. But mostly it is still very faithful to the old Twisted Meadows. Mountain King here quite aggressive early on with level 2. Looking for a bit of damage. The heal potion on the MK is absolutely wonderful. 1 of mana ceiling on the Warden is fine, but not really much more. Tech hasn't started yet. Normally with MK first we would always see a fast expansion, but Fortitude sometimes has his own playstyle. 40 wants to get the Berserker here, and he certainly should be able to. Because if LawLiet went for it, he just would have lost it right away to Stormbolt, which would have been painful. Wait, is he going to go for double Berserker? Ah, no. LawLiet stole the Berserker on the other side of the map. That was pretty nice. Get the Wisp here ready. Looks like the MK is shocking around for the Berserker right now. Would love to pick this one off, but LawLiet getting it back to safety. Alright, here come the militia.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wait, what? They went north and then south again? To get to the expo? Dude, how amazing is LawLiet scouting? He always sees everything. He confirms the expansion. Quite impressed with LawLiet today. Very strong performance so far. Alright, it is going to be the fast expansion in the end. But it's not that fast, really. We're quite late into the game already. MK needs to get healed over here by the Shadow Priest. As more experience is gathered, MK almost gets level 3, but he's missing a little bit more. And here we see LawLiet using the Ancient of War, eating from the trees. Oh, dude, if the footy had gotten the last hit, that would have prevented level 3. But level 3 is achieved. LawLiet not going for Fan of Knives, but rather Blink and Shadow Strike. Quite a bit of damage on the MK, but he still has that big healing. Oh, Blink dodges the Stormbolt. Very nicely done. And that's going to be a heal pot force most likely. Oh, Bash though? Wait a minute. Oh, does the Shadow Priest survive this? Oh, I think he does, right? Yes, he does. Sustains through it with the heal. Good footy scout as well here by 40. He spotted the expansion, which is coming up now. I don't think 40 can really cancel this. The map is too big. The Tree of Life is too far away. He doesn't have the window to get the cancel. So it's going to be 2 base once again. Double mantle for the MK is actually very nice. What's LawLiet gonna get now? A lot of great items from this Warlord. The best is probably Sobi Mask, I would say. Scourge Bone Chimes also very good for the Bears later on, which we certainly should be seeing in a few minutes. Fortitude going for a Shredder. Is he gonna play this super macro, I wonder? Go tier 3, go 3 bases, go tanks, perhaps? Certainly a possibility. LawLiet not going for a second hero yet. He may want to just go... Oh no, never mind. Okay, there he is. I was about to say. Panda second is normally very popular on this map, as there are always creeps to be found for the Panda and the Warden, who are very, very level-hungry heroes. I learned from LawLiet that if you creep this merchant into the red camp, that's instant level 3. But of course, the Panda, or this army rather, is not quite capable yet of creeping the red camp. Bit of Giant Strength for the Panda, not bad. As tier 3 is coming up. 40 is looking for an opening to do some damage, to find some kills with this MK. But LawLiet always scouting just excellently. Alchemist second. Okay, and that tips the hand. That shows us what 40 wants to play. And it should be Mass Air. MK, Alchemist, and Blood Mage and Mass Air has been quite popular for a while now. LawLiet uses the staff. He knows the Creepjack is coming in. Wants to finish the camp quickly before the MK arrives. And he just finishes the creep in time. Beautiful game again by LawLiet. Just everything working out the way he's hoping to, more or less. No Ancient of Wind, which kind of surprises me to go for a Hippogriff. Now, yeah, now he's going for the Wind. Oh, the Shadow Priest died apparently, so that bit of healing is missing. Good cancel, though, on the Entangled. Fortitude, of course, has been mining for quite some time. So he'll be about 2,500 gold ahead. Which is a big deal. Going tier 3, going Aviaries, and Workshop. So he's going to go Mass Hawks and a couple of... what are they called? Mortar Teams, of course, as well. With Frag Shards. Nice creeping here again by LawLiet. The Ancient of War has been super efficient He was over at the Merc camp, also crept the green, also crept the lab, the shop. And now this camp over here in the red camp right after. Warden staff's back home. Time to pick up the orb.
Players' forces are under attack.
Oh, sappers! By 40. Found a belt here himself. Oh, but the sapper is found. And that one is not gonna connect. At least he sacrifices himself to not give experience away. And again, LawLiet's scouting excellent. Couldn't prevent the lab from being taken, but was there in time to defend with the Warden. When the Warden gets level 4 is always a very good level up for her. I think this camp was also made a bit easier, by the way, the red camp. I think in the past it was 2 Ogre Magi's, and nowadays it's 2... 1 Ogre Magi and 1 Ogre Mauler. What's the item here? Orb of Darkness is okay. When creeping, getting the skellies for scouting, and also just being able to attack air is kind of nice. But there certainly would have been... could have been better items. Oh, the Berserker taking quite a bit of damage and did go down. There was more experience for the Warden. But 40 is pretty rich. He's going into upkeep right away. Still more than 1,000 gold, and tanks are coming. And the Panda is still far away from level 5, which is where he starts getting really effective against tanks. LawLiet going for more expansions, but LawLiet has way less supply. But he knows the tanks are coming. He's going for defensive Ancients of Wind. He's probably also going to need some staffs and stuff. As far as army strength goes, I would say LawLiet, though, still far ahead. So he's got the map control. Fortitude has to run away from the enemy. LawLiet selling a couple of items. Like the Orb of Darkness, for example. That is a lot of gold as well, of course. But the tanks are going to be the real threat. So far, not too well upgraded. Only 1-0. Oh, when they get heavily upgraded, that's when tanks become a real problem. And TP home is forced. Ideally against tanks, you also want to have Talons and Mud Golem to slow them down and stuff. And we see some Talon upgrades here being started. LawLiet still in no upkeep, going for more upgrades. Fortitude still so much gold.
Players' forces are
Not
under
producing
attack.
for a couple of seconds, but here we are. More tanks. More Dragonhawks. It seems like Fortitude is trying to use these tanks as distraction to creep at the same time and perhaps even establish a third base. This might be the key in this game. If LawLiet can prevent the third base from coming up, he's probably going to win, especially considering he's got his own third base coming. Item picked up. Katka's gem is not bad, but also not the greatest. Oh, Blood Mage might be going down. Oh, no, saves him with the TP. The rest of the camp should go to LawLiet. Ancients of War were in position right away to defend. Of course, there is Nature's Blessing. LawLiet is dealing with these tanks pretty well so far. He knew exactly right away when they were going to be coming. Good responses here so far for LawLiet. Second Ancient of Wind even. And Hippogriffs. Okay. Big problem here for Fortitude is he didn't figure out that there's a third base. If he had seen the third base with the tanks, he would have been able to cancel that pretty easily. But he didn't see it. And that might lead to problems later on. LawLiet so far refusing to defend with the heroes. Tries to hold on only with bears and Ancients of War and stuff. And LawLiet trying to creep up more. Get higher levels. If he gets double level 5, going to have very strong heroes indeed. And especially, of course, the Warden level 5 is also super good at economy harass. At the moment, he doesn't have Fan of Knives, but I'm sure later on we're going to see a retrain into Fan. Double Pendant of Energy, also not bad. But seems like now 40 is ready for the big attack. He's got the tanks, he's got 81 supply. A decent amount of air units, but not too many upgrades, by the way. Only 1-0 on his air units. I think LawLiet can certainly win this fight. Lots of Ancients of War here also. And again, this would have been an easy kill for Fortitude had he seen this expansion. But he didn't, so the expansion remains standing. And Fortitude going for lots of towers in the meantime, trying to go for his own third base. Oh, but the Shackle's working out wonderfully against these Hippogriffs. The Hippogriffs perhaps not the best choice. Has to uproot. Too much damage from the tanks, but this expansion is almost certainly going to go down here. Indeed. One Dragonhawk goes down for it, but that was a great attack, a great exchange for Fortitude. But LawLiet still has the space mining over here. This third base right here, this might be the difference maker in the end. 3 attack upgrades on these tanks. And more upgrades coming. Now for the air units. Yeah, I'm really not a big fan of Hippogriffs. I feel like the Dragonhawks with Shackle just counter them too well.
A player's forces are under attack.
LawLiet doesn't want to allow these towers to come up. He knows if all the towers finish here, the expansion will be secured. And the third base, like I said earlier, might be the difference maker here in the end. Haze and Breath of Fire. Level up for the Blood Mage in the meantime. And the towers basically all finish. MK in trouble himself though. Wait a minute. There's no TP? Heal potion needs to be transferred. There's a heal pot. And MK receives it. Working Haze Breath of Fire again. Lots of damage, but 3 towers are up in the back. Peasants need to start repairing. Warren though staffs out. And trying to deal with the tanks in the main base. They deal so much damage. This is going to be a lot of Moonwells going down. Seems like the Shredder needs to come in to help defend. And Fortitude, I think in a pretty good position, right? But when LawLiet gets level 5, things may change. And of course those tanks give a lot of experience. Check out the Warden. Boom! That's a good jump. One more tank, he's going to be level 5, and then I imagine we're going to see a retrain. Tree of Life here finally finished again, but still not quite entangled is the gold mine.
A player's forces are under attack.
But Fortitude is going to have an expansion here standing. Oh, and LawLiet getting intercepted. Who's got the stronger army here? I'm not quite sure. Shackle's used again, and the Panda's completely out of mana. Warden staffing in. She's very close to level 5 now. Both players losing a few units here. Double level up. Alchemist level 3, Warden level 5, both really big level ups. Alchemist was Shadow Striked. But healing up now, thanks to the staff. And again, tanks in the main base. 3-0 tanks. Still very dangerous. LawLiet has to use the TP here to prevent too many Moonwells from going down. Which means that the third base is exposed. Oh, he doesn't have a new shop in the main to TP back to the third. Very difficult game. Lots of multitasking required from the 2 players. Bears left in the main base, I like that. To be able to deal with the tanks. And not enough damage here for Fortitude to actually take out the third base. Shadow Strike level 3, doing good damage, but the staff is always there to save the targets. Also nicely done. And 40's getting ready for a 4th base over here. That is the beauty of Chris Meadows. Very macro-focused map. But LawLiet finds more kills, and he's only now inches away from Panda level 5, which is a huge level up, of course. But the tanks take out the Ancient of War. Feels like LawLiet definitely should have gone for a Mud Golem to slow these tanks. LawLiet now at 80 supply. Not too rich. Not much of a bank. And now the main expires. Both players going to lose one source of income. And there we have the Tome of Retraining. That's what we were expecting when the Warden hit level 5. So far the peasants have had a very peaceful life. But this is about to change. There are a lot of towers here, though. Another potion popped. There's going to be a couple of peasants going down, but not too many, I guess. 4 arcade towers. That is a lot of mana burn. Good eco damage here, but there's still one mining base at least. Peasant's going to be remade. And if Fortitude is able to start this 4th base, might be in a good position. Armies meeting in the middle. Panda, so close level 5. He can smell it. Needs 1 or 2 more kills. Bears and hippos, by the way, also super well upgraded. Oh, a nice catch. 3 hippos caught with the shackle. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, doing a good bit of damage in return. And that is Panda level 5, and I think LawLiet's army might just be too strong. Alchemist needs to pop the Invoke Potion. Not too many towers in the main base at all. And Fortitude has a lot of supply, but a lot of it is tanks. It's not really fighting army, rather the tanks here. Making up, what is that? 20 supply, right? 5 tanks, 20 supply. So 40 can't take a fight at the moment.
A player's forces are under attack.
And again, the bears sent or kept home to defend against the tanks, and the Warden and the Dryads. Gonna take out the towers here. Oh, Zeppelin also went down. Dryads will be taking some damage here, but not too much, I suppose. LawLiet establishing a new 3rd base. But also LawLiet, at the moment, only mining off of 1 base. 40 has 2 base income. With this expansion here, having 3.5 more minutes of mining.
A town is under siege.
And of course, we gotta remember, those tanks give a lot of experience when they go down. All of a sudden, the Dryads getting taken out swiftly by these Dragon Hawks. Warden dropping low HP as well. Drunken Haze with a fire, though. Big damage! There is no heal scroll on the human side. The Siphon is doing a good job against the Panda. It's only level 1 Siphon. But it removed quite a bit of mana. Next Breath of Fire, and now the Panda is dry. Blood Mage, almost level 3. I like the Khadga's gem on the Blood Mage to make him a little bit less squishy. And the Tree of Eternity is walking over. Oh, needs to pull the TP on the Alchemist to get out. MK also pretty low HP, but does get away. Very tense game. Hard to say who has the lead now, but if LawLiet establishes this expansion along with the Tree of Eternity, seems like that should give him the lead, certainly, especially considering that we only have 2 more minutes of mining here. And when this expansion runs out, I think that's when 40 really is going to be in trouble. 40's got good levels now finally as well. Level 5 MK, level 3 Alchemist, and Blood Mage about to be 3 himself. Oh, but look at the Warden. It's level 6, isn't it? Yep. Level 6 from the towers. And now, to make matters even worse for 40, he's also going to have to deal with the Avatar of Vengeance soon. Once the Warden has mana again. And we got plenty of Moonwells still. Lots of Moonwells have fallen. Lots of Moonwells had to be remade. But LawLiet always managed it very well. Both players here playing a really good game, I think. The biggest mistake was Fortitude not seeing this expansion here fast enough when it was first made. If he had seen it early, and if he had cancelled it, I want to say he probably would have won this game, actually.
A player's forces are under attack.
Blood Mage now finally level 3. There's still quite a few camps on the map, by the way. Because, of course, this is Twisted Meadows. We have tons of creep camps. Seems like Fortitude has 1 or 2 more attempts with an attack. But if those don't work out, he's going to lose this map. And that would be the 2-0 for LawLiet, of course. Cajo is waiting in the winner bracket final for the victor of this game. And by the look of things, it would appear like we're going to have a Knight of Mirror there soon. Shredder's finally going to go down. But he did a good job. LawLiet with more than 4,000 lumber here. And now we got the Avatar. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, so much damage. The Phantom Knives, of course, also adding in more AoE. Okay, dropping low HP right away. When the Dryads fall, that means more spirits are being raised from the Avatar. And the bears are doing so much damage in the meantime. 3-3 bears with Roar. So scary against the heroes on the ground. And the MK falls, and that is game. The tanks don't work out. In the end, we even have the Panda ultimate. Earthstorm and Fire. Cyclone on the Blood Mage, and everything is gonna fall. GG is called. And LawLiet gets the W. 2-0 for LawLiet. Winning his match. Moving on in the upper bracket. Where next he's gonna be facing Cajo. Knight of Mirror. Which I think should be a pretty close affair. If you ask me. Alright, I think this is going to be a bit of a longer break though. Players need to do the vetoes and stuff, and LawLiet may need a bit of a break as well. So, we're going to have a break now as well. And then I'll see you guys in a little bit for the next match in our upper bracket. The decision, LawLiet versus Cajo, who takes first place, coming up after this break.